Everyone, Double P here, and today's Monday. So I attacked Microsoft. So let's get into it today because today was a up and down day. Here's the trade alert I sent out. Here's the trade alert I sent out to my Platinum X Power Option Trader members. It was the 30 June 23 Microsoft 340 strike call, and are looking for 20% and minus 12% stop loss. So in this particular trade here, I sent this one out around 10 o'clock because I wanted to wait and see where the box was. You can see the box right here, drawn in pre-market. And Microsoft was just up and down, bouncy all around the place. And I just waited because if you extend the box over here, you'll see it just broke outside of the box. So when it broke outside of the box, I took the position on the call, and it just went down, came up, a lot of consolidation, ripped to a new intraday high right there. So I was thinking, okay, we're going to be good, but it just didn't work out that way because there's no volatility, there's no movement in the option. It was just a terrible. It wasn't a bad trade. It was a good trade, but I should have looked at the implied volatility, and the implied volatility would have told me what was going on. So the implied volatility was just basically dead. So this was a $14,000, $100 loss, minus 30%, 0.33% on the Microsoft trade there. Kind of stung. Let's come over here and we'll go over to the volatility. Now I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here on the volatility. So we're here right here in the 340s. We're going to come over here. So the volatility, let me just make sure I'm on the right one here. So the implied volatility, you can see it right here, is 24%. The vol got sucked right out of this particular trade, so it just wasn't going anywhere. So what do we always do? I waited, right? I just couldn't get any traction on this thing. So out right here, just wasn't going anywhere. So 1033, I took a big loss on this one here. So out on this setup right here, should have got out on this right here, but I was just like, I gotta wait because the market was moving like molasses, super slow. So it was one of those things where, you kind of just have to take the good with the bad, and that's exactly what I did. Give me a second here. So what do? Well, we're gonna have to wait, right? So what I did is I just set and waited for this next position to open up. So I waited so here's the loss, right, 1033. And then I should have really took the put position opposite side of the trade, but I didn't. I just waited for it to bottom out, hit the low right there, and I waited for it to come back up and rip again. So right here at 10:45, this is when I decided to get back into the trade. And so I decided to take a put right there. And then Microsoft kept climbing ever so slowly. And I was like, oh man, is this going to happen again in the second trade now? But I just knew because of the way the price levels were mapped out, I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to hold this position. So I did hold the position. And we came down to a new all-time well, intraday low right here. So I took that trade from right up 1040. Took a little bit of a heat and then watched it walk itself down out in the low in 330. So let's come over here so you can see this. So we got a 330, 327.50 put right there, 18.4, so 18,400 plus 44%. So that was a beautiful trade, monster trade. So up on the day, ended up with around $4,500 a day profit, minus commissions and fees and all the other kind of stuff. So it's one of those days where the vol is just sucked out of the marketplace. Let me come over here. Let me do this because this is going to be a little bit easier. Let me come over here. I'll bring this into play here. Let me open this up so that you can see it, what I look at. I'm looking at some earnings butterfly here, so don't mind that. So, the overall marketplace, what do we got here? The dollar's up. VIX is severely depressed. I'm not looking at you as I'm talking to you because I got these screens I'm looking at, so I don't mean to be rude. Just follow along. Oil is just slightly. Everything's flat. Everything's flat on the day. Skew is flat. Diamonds, QQQ, SPY, just barely negligible. Just one of those days. Just a day where gold is up a little bit. Russell is up. Now the minis are starting to roll over. Futures is rolling over. Nasdaq's rolling over. The Nikkei is rolling over. So yeah, so now everything's starting to roll over, which is to be expected. So that was the trade in and of itself. Let's go over here to the 5-minute candle so I can set this up for you so you can see it a little bit better, and I can remove all the drawings here for you. So here's how you get the lesson for today. So let's draw one channel. And that's a tight channel. Yeah, it's a 58. It's a 56-degree channel. So there's your channel right there. That's channel number 1. All right. So that you see it right there. It's channel number 1. So we'll put a 1 right there. So there's the channel. There's where Microsoft was trading. Hit the high. That's channel 1. Let's remove that channel. Let's do channel number 2. And there's channel 2 right there. You can see when it broke outside of the channel. That's not the panic, but you come right back into the channel. It breaks right back into the channel for a nice big low, which is what it's supposed to do. So that's channel number 2. So we'll write channel 2 right there. And we'll remove that to keep the drawing clear. And then I can draw the volatility box for you so that you see Very, 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 very tight trades today. Very tight channel. Very tight algorithmic trading today. Very slow, very methodical. Balls sucked out of the marketplace, but that's what the trade. That's what the trade does for you. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that. End of the day lesson. So you can see I take losses like every other trader, and I'll wait. I was super patient today. The stock just wasn't moving. When I looked at the volatility, I should have just realized that the stock wasn't moving. Forgot to check the volatility. It's been sucked out of the marketplace. Only 124,000 contracts traded today. That's fairly low, man. Right? You can see it right here. It's only 1 times the volume of the last previous 5 trading sessions. So, well, actually, sorry, 0.23. So, you know, the sizzle index, the sizzle on Microsoft is like waning, and now Microsoft's kind of in a downward trend, but nobody wants to buy calls, so there's no gamma squeeze today. We'll see what happens with the rest of the week, but you can just see it right there. The vol has been sucked out. The vol is 1.0. Like, there's no vol. Sucked out of the marketplace. So that's it for Microsoft. That's it for the trade today. We will go for another challenge for the new low of the day again here. You can just see it right here. So it's tapped it. This was the low up here. This was another low. That was the low. This hit the low. So we could challenge possibly again for a new low. We'll see what happens. So that's it from Double P. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Let me clear everything up. Clear a drawing set for you. So one of those days for trading, you're gonna get caught. It wasn't because I was bullish today. I wasn't bullish or bearish on Microsoft today. I could have went either way. I was actually looking at Nvidia too. Like, like I was looking at Apple. So let's go look at Apple. Same thing. It's trapped inside of a box. Like, it's just a bad. This is one of those type of days where you just kind of just look and you kind of just say to yourself, maybe I shouldn't take a trade today. Plus, we're coming up on a short week, holidays at the end of the week. So there's the box right there for Nvidia. I was looking at taking this trade right here, but then I was just looking at the whole entire marketplace, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna take that trade. I should have took this trade on the downside. That would have been, I would have waited and I would have took that, and that would have been way better. That was awesome. And I was looking at Telsa. Same thing with Telsa. Telsa rips, right? 25 minute goes all the way up here. And then now I'm looking at, that's kind of the sweet spot for all of these positions today. It was roughly around the 10 o'clock, 10:05 mark, where they all kind of hit their highs and they just fizzle out and reversed. So what else was I looking at? I was also looking at Walgreens. And I don't really trade Walgreens because there's no volatility in Walgreens. Like, it moves. It's like one of those slow type of stocks. But anyways, that's it from Double P. As you can see, the day is what the day is. I came out green. That's really, at the end of the day, that's what matters. You take a loss, you take a win, as long as your wins are bigger than your losses, or as long as you keep your losses small and your wins a little bit bigger, you'll always be in the green, and you'd be able to figure stuff out. So with that being said, yes, it's a real account, margin account right there. Stock is in real time. MX, New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, equity options, real time. Futures and futures options, I don't trade it. I have it for free with other instruments on the platform. Forex real time, others real time, so real time account. So that's it from Double P. Take care, everybody.